This interview is going to help people discover if Arbonne is something that they want.
Okay.
We're about to go Facebook Live.
All right, guys. Hey. So I am actually here with one of my really good friends, Jessie, and my mentor in Arbonne. She has actually been in the business for 14 years, and her reason why she started this business is much different from why I started. Me as a millennial, having $80,000 in debt, I joined this business because I knew it was going to be a supplemental income to one day be financially free. There are so many people who have used this multi-level marketing business to be financially free, and I saw that when Jessie explained that to me 3 years ago. I want to interview Jessie to see why she started this business. So Jessie, give us some insight as to why you said yes to Arbonne 14 years ago.
Well, thank you for inviting me to be interviewed and sharing me with your people. I appreciate that because you know that I have a special place in my heart for your generation. So Erin and I actually met because you were at my house at a Young Life event, I think. Mm-hmm. Is that the place we met a very long time ago?
Yeah. My best friend Katie was dating
Pretty
Derek.
sure it is. Yeah. So anyways, it's true. Well, that's a good fun fact, right?
Yes.
Not so timeless maybe, but a fun fact. We love it. So so everybody that looks at businesses like this, I think they all have their different reasons. And a lot of times we have different misconceptions, which I totally had a misconception. When I was invited to take a look at this business for my way to put my boys through college, I absolutely thought the person approaching me was crazy. Because I had, before being full-time wife and mother, I had a 6-figure income job with a Fortune 500 company as an account representative. So now I'm looking to go back into the work world and pay for my boys' education so they didn't have student loans. And I'm looking for sales jobs. I'm looking for businesses because I want to be my own boss. Because I already had that whole somebody else is my boss, and I had to beg, borrow, and steal for time off, days off, had to negotiate vacation time. You know, that's what I did not want again in my life. So I thought what I wanted was a business. I thought I'll be my own boss and have a business. And the more I looked into that, I started realizing I was going to have to go into debt to get started. I was going to have employees and overhead. And even though I was going to be my own boss, my business was going to own me. I wanted to create a life of freedom and flexibility. I wanted to be able to travel while I'm doing this job with an empty nest. You empty your nest out, but if your job is holding you down, you cannot put your wings out and fly. And I wanted to make an income, but I wanted to still have my life be my own. So truly, that's why I went to the meeting and even heard the spiel about how much I could make and that kind of stuff. So it was freedom and flexibility that drew me in. I should say that I was using the anti-aging skincare, and it totally transformed my sun-damaged skin from all my sun worshiping. So I knew I loved the products, but I didn't see this as an answer to a job to put my boys through college until I took a closer look. Long-winded answer, but that's the deal.
I love that. I mean, it's not a simple answer. You start this business for many different reasons, and it changes over the years. At least it is for me. You know, I originally started because you showed me the RE9 skincare, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. But you know, when I joined the business is when I really started to look at what it can provide me financially. And I think that is so key with the millennials. With millennials, we're working 2 or 3 jobs. I will always work 2 or 3 jobs. And, you know, people are we're having roommates. We're not living on our own because we just can't afford it. Or if we can afford it, we can't save. So yes, that's awesome. I love your reasons why you joined Arbonne. So because, what do you think your favorite thing about being an Arbonne consultant is?
Well, I will tell you my favorite thing, but before I tell you my favorite thing, I just wanted to add something to what you just said about how millennials are working 2 and 3 jobs, and they see this as a way of life, not something that they're doing temporarily. Mm-hmm. And how we look at everything and how we do everything, times have changed. And as baby boomers, I will tell you that we used to think that we're going to retire and our 401k and our pension and our Social Security is going to be enough, and we're not going to work at all. We work until we retire. That's not the case anymore. People are looking for how they can work in retirement for 2 reasons. Number 1, they have to supplement their retirement. And number 2, they find that they want to have purpose and they want to be making a difference. And the beauty of this business is that I can retire into this and continue to increase my pay even in my retirement years. So it is very relevant. My favorite thing about this, Erin, no question about it, it's the people. Arbonne attracts positive people that want to be making a difference. They want to grow as a person so that they can be the best version of themselves as they're helping other people. And we do a lot of personal growth, and as we do it together, we become friends. And it's like a whole nother family. I have my family, I have my church family, who I know and love and feel like blood family, and I have my Arbonne family. And it really enriches your life. It's absolutely the people in Arbonne and the culture.
I love that. Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite thing?
I would have to say my favorite thing is my friends that I have in this company. Not only, you know, the people that I've met at the Global Training Conference, I have a new friend in New Jersey. Her name's Sarah, and I absolutely adore her. I met her at the Global Training Conference this year, May of 2019, and I just can't wait to just continually connect with like-minded men and women. It's just such an amazing company when it comes to that. And you, Jessie, you are one of the greatest gifts that I have gotten out of this company. So
thank you.
Yeah. So any tips?
Well, thank you. That's beautiful.
So do you have any tips for anybody that's watching this on how to get started and, you know, what they really need to start their business?
Yes, I certainly do. And really, you don't need a lot to start this business. You just need to decide that you're going to give it a try, decide that this makes sense for you, and don't feel like you have to know everything about it and understand it in order to say yes. There's not a lot of risk because the investment is not big, and there's a 45-day money-back guarantee with all of our products. We have less than a 1% return rate. So even if you come in as a consultant and you get your products to get you started, your own products, you don't inventory products. Mm-hmm. If you decide 6 months from now that you don't want to build a business, you still have your products at the best consultant price, and you've really lost nothing. So give it a try. And get your questions answered, but know that you don't have to know everything. You're going to learn and earn at the same time, and you're going to be supported. You're not going to be alone. It is your own business. I tell people, I'm not your boss. I can't hire you. I can't fire you, and I wouldn't want to. I'm going to inspire you to your potential, and you decide what you want to do with it, what pace you want to go at it, and how you want to do it. I'm just here to support you, and that's where you are, Erin, as you're bringing your team in. They may do it a little differently than you do it, but you're still doing it together and having fun doing it.
Awesome. So that's funny that you mentioned that, because I had mentioned before, I had actually started out as a consultant 3.5 years ago. And it wasn't until I went into the global training conference in May of this year, of 2019, that I really saw what this business has to offer. I was like, oh my goodness, why haven't I started this sooner? I started it in May of 2019, and I got promoted to a district manager in July of 2019. July of 2019. So it was literally that easy. And I have never looked back. So one advice for me to you guys is to just start. You have nothing to lose.
And
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that it doesn't take a lot of time.
It
takes a little time.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can devote a little bit of time to this on a consistent basis, you literally can work from your phone. It's a funny story. We brought a young lady on who just got her nursing degree, and she's engaged and she has a job. And she said, oh, I'm busy with this, that, and the other, but I can do this in between walking from this class to that class with my phone. Now, if I would have suggested that way of doing it to someone in my generation, they probably would have looked at me like I had two heads. But that's the way we do things nowadays. That's the way we fit things in. And it's a beautiful opportunity to be able to accomplish great things in a little bit of time.
I totally agree. So I guess adding on to that, what advice would you give to somebody who is going to start their business with Arbonne? Or let me backtrack. So when you are in this type of business and you don't have a boss and you don't have somebody breathing down your neck to get something done, there are times where you feel unmotivated or stuck. What advice would you give to that person on how to not feel unstuck? Or I'm sorry, not feel discouraged?
Well, it's like anything that you're going to do, that you're going to accomplish anything. You're going to have some self-discipline. You're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have patience. You're going to have grit. But what we do, I know, Erin, not everyone does this, but what we like to do is we like to volunteer to hold each other accountable. And we have a little message thread that we stay connected throughout the week. We get on a Zoom once a week and encourage each other, and we answer questions and things like that. And that is something you have to do. You can't just sign up and say, yes, I'm going to build this business and I'm going to go off and I'm going to do it my way. And I think I know what I'm doing, so I'm not coachable. You're probably going to get discouraged. You're going to be an isolated, island out here. And that's not the road to success. Staying connected and volunteering to want to be accountable with each other helps a lot. So that would be one of my best tips. And I know we're seeing the difference that's making in our group.
I totally agree. That is one thing that I look forward to every week, is to just talk to everybody, see how everybody's feeling. We usually have a topic every week to kind of stay on track with everything, but it's definitely one of my favorite things to stay connected and not feel discouraged. One of the things that I really look forward to in this business is helping people and coaching people, especially not coaching people in wellness and health, but not only that, but coaching them to be financially free. What are you looking forward to in this business?
Well, I'm looking forward to more of the same. You know, you're right. When you can coach someone to make some small changes in their life, and now they have energy, they have balanced blood sugar, they have beautiful skin, we help babies get rid of eczema, and just, you know, all these little things that we haven't even touched on, that we get an opportunity to see a difference, right? And then we get to show this business to people and help them see that they can do more than they thought they could do. And it's even better than they thought that it was, like you alluded to, from the time you first looked at it to the time you saw 20,000 consultants in one arena in Las Vegas from 7 different countries. That was pretty amazing, right? So you got a whole nother picture. And that's really what we're trying to do here today. We're trying to give them a full picture. So as I look forward to where this company is going, as we celebrate 40 years in the business this year, coming up in 2020, we are growing at over 10% in all countries. We are the cleanest ingredients of all companies out there. Our standards are higher than anyone. Second to us is the European Union, who bans about 1,400 ingredients. We ban over 2,000. And we have new owners that are taking us to new heights and investing in our company because they see us as a company that has great potential and has just only begun to go where we're going to go. And so one last question I want to answer, because I have a feeling your listeners may want to know how much money you can make doing this. So I'd like to cover that in just telling them about the 4 levels of management, if that's okay with you, Erin. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So district manager is the first level of management, and you can promote there in a month or 2 months or 6 months, whatever. Everybody decides their own pace. And average monthly income range is about $300 to $1,200 a month. That's that little side gig working in between classes from your phone. And then second is area manager. That's when you start teaching some other people to come along and do what you're doing. And that is between $1,500 and $3,000 a month. That's also the level where you get to will your paycheck to your loved ones if and when something happens to you. Then the next level is regional vice president. That's where you get to earn a car bonus to pay for your white Mercedes car payment. You decide if it's going to be a new or used or leased, but you get to drive around in a white Mercedes, which demonstrates purity and safety, and you can earn an $800 a month car bonus to pay for that. And then the monthly range of the income for a regional vice president is between $5,000 and $15,000 a month. And then national vice president, which we have millennials promoting to this level in 2 and 3 years, which was never seen before. Drum roll, please, because their average monthly income is $22,000. And yes, they are working more than 5 or 10 hours a week in their business to take it to that level at that pace. But you can decide to become a national vice president never, or in 10 years or whatever. But the potential, the fact that you have that kind of potential is amazing. And so I have so much to look forward to with this company. I don't even honestly know where to begin. More of the same. And I'm going to see company to care about. So I'm just excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for, not only your advice, but just tons of knowledge within the business of Arbonne. So we really appreciate it.
Well, it's been my pleasure. And if I can help you support anyone or help you answer questions of people that you're reaching out to, Erin, you know that I'm here not just for you, but I'm here for your team. So just let me know how I can help you, and I'll be happy to do that.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening in. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can message me or text message me. You guys all have my number. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great day and a great holiday.